make some noise for Hope Jim John, everybody. And for Pat Barlow for producing the show, Fernando for working the sound, Mike Cabot for hosting us. I've been having fun watching. You guys have been having fun, it seems. So yeah, let me get in the light. Okay, cool. So yeah, like Hope Jim said, I did have a baby recently. She's dead. She's dying. And actually, I don't think my life has actually changed that much. It's kind of less than I expected. I would say the thing that has probably changed most, though, is that nowadays I'm much more of a wine mom. Like, you know what a wine mom, you know what I'm talking about? Like, they sit at home, they drink wine, watch TV, judge whatever's on it. They may have live, laugh, love on the wall, that kind of thing. I used to make fun of that, but now, like, as soon as my daughter goes to sleep, I twist open a bottle of Yellowtail, and I'm like, what's on Netflix, bitch? And then I get on there and I scroll for like 45 minutes, and then I just settle on Sex and the City 2 for the 30th time. I don't know if you guys have seen that movie. It's dog shit. The girls go to Abu Dhabi, and they're just racist. Like that's basically it. It's trash, and I'm a raccoon. I love watching shitty movies. It's just sort of my thing. There's a TV show, maybe some of you know. I bet a lot of you know. It's called Emily in Paris. Yeah, Emily in Paris also sucks. It's made by the same guy who made Sex and the City. His name's Darren Star. Darren Star is the trash man. We should probably all stone him. He's the worst. There are some French people here. Yeah, you guys are French. How do you guys feel about Emily in Paris? That's probably for the best that you haven't seen. Yeah. It's also shitty. This American girl goes to Paris. It's just all cliche Paris. There was a scene in the most recent season. The guy, because you know how Paris, it's so romantic, right? It's Paris, right? Like, he sets up a bed on a rooftop, and then they like make love in the Paris nights, and it's like so beautiful and romantic. So I was thinking, like, what if you did that in Seoul? Like, you'd walk out onto the green rooftop, and you'd be like in the middle of it, and someone would walk by, and they'd just be like, and you'd be like, oh, fuck, it's ruined. And then you would hear like, Shibasaki! You know? It wouldn't go as well. Yeah. So I guess that's what I'm up to now that I have kids. I just watch that shit. But yeah, I do worry about the future a little bit. There's some pretty messed up things going on right now. Billionaires taking everything over. I guess my big problem is that I think billionaires need to stop trying so hard to convince us that they're cool. Right? Like Mark Zuckerberg is the main example. Have you seen him lately? He's got his little gold chain and his curled hair. He got a little perm. And he's like, guys, I have a chain now. I'm cool. And you heard the song that I came out to? That was Mark Zuckerberg. He made a cover of Get Low by Lil Jon and the East Side Boys, the song from 2004. He made that with T-Pain. It's like this acoustic version, and you heard it when I came out. He's like, Zuckerberg is like, it's awful. And I'm supposed to like sit there and like, Facebook ruined human communication. And I'm supposed to sit there and be like, oh, dude, Zuck's got a chain and he's singing Get Low. That's so cool. It's the worst. The end of the song, he harmonizes. He's like, oh, sweet, sweet motherfucker. Oh, sweet, sweet guy. Fuck you. Jesus Christ. He's ruining that song. That song used to play when I was in school dances. Did you guys have school dances when you were younger? Make some noise for school dances, everybody. Yeah, all right. So if you're unaware of a school dance is like when you're 14 years old. You go to the school, like to the gymnasium where normally you play sports during the day, and everybody grinds. That's a school dance. And that was just what we did. Everybody was, nobody's dancing, they're all just grinding. Can you imagine being the DJ for that? You know, you're a grown man, and like, you DJ weddings all summer, and you're like, oh yeah, it's off season, I'll pick up some extra income. I'll go DJ this fucking school dance. And you have to go sit up there and play Get Low and watch a bunch of 14-year-olds have fake sex. And you're just like, fuck! I gotta book more weddings next summer. School dances. I mean, people were grinding when I was in school. I'm 35 though. Like, I'm older now. Like, are young people still grinding? Does anyone know? They are? Okay, they like that style. Yeah, okay. See, I like to think of grinding as being a thing of the past. Because, like, I like to imagine an old man. He's just like, see, back in my day, the girls were throwing them things back. That's when this country was great. Throwing them back. I gotta work on that one because, like, you know, I'm sad that Joe Biden's out of office. Mainly because I just started doing a Joe Biden impersonation, and like now I can't use it. So I gotta like retry that. I gotta try that again with like a Biden voice. Just back in my day, the girls were throwing them things back. So I guess now that's how I solve the problem. I just use Biden as my standard old man voice. Yeah, but I can't use Biden really other than that. I was preparing, I started getting my Kamala ready during the election season, you know, like, in America. Kids were grinding. You know? But I can't really use Kamala now either. And I'm not doing a Trump. Everybody does a Trump. I'm not interested in that. Not doing it. Speaking of Trump, I was talking about billionaires already. Let's talk about Elon Musk. That piece of shit. Elon Musk is another billionaire who really wants to be cool, right? Like, more than anything. Elon Musk wants people to think he's funny. And he is the corniest loser, probably, that I've ever seen. Did you see when he bought Twitter, what he did? He went into the Twitter office with an actual sink. He came in, and he was like, let that sink in. I saw that video and I instantly deactivated my Twitter. I was like, I'm not gonna be a part of this bullshit. No way. I think that's why Elon made Neuralink. Because he wants a brain chip that makes him funny. He wants to be able to like go around like he's, you know, talking, he's like at parties and he's just like trying to, he wants to be funny, and he's just like, hey. Download Robin Williams. And then he gets Robin Williams shit in his head, and then he's just like, good morning, Vietnam. He would totally fuck it up like that, right? But then if he downloaded Robin Williams stuff, he would eventually, in his files, come across Mrs. Doubtfire. It's a man dressed like a woman, and he would just short circuit. He'd be like, fuck! I'm supposed to hate trans people. Yeah, that wouldn't go well for him. Yeah. Fucking Elon Musk. You saw that he was trying to fight Mark Zuckerberg too, right? Do you remember that? He was challenging Zuckerberg to a cage fight. He was like, yeah, pay-per-view, bulls like fight, and then he backed out like a bitch because it turns out Mark Zuckerberg does jujitsu. So as soon as Elon Musk found that out, he was like, oh yeah, no, I got my back. I don't know. And he just didn't do it. But like that kind of made I don't want to see those two assholes fight each other anyway. I don't care about them. I don't think any of us should. I don't need to see them have a cage fight. What I do want to see though is like if Netflix arranged it so that there was a stream of Elon Musk getting a wedgie. I would watch that. But like, he can't be in on it though. Like, he can't be like, oh, yeah. Like, it can't be that. I don't want to see that. I want to see someone like hidden camera just ambush him and just like really gank him. And like tighty whities, just fucking rip it. And it would be on Netflix. It would come up on the screen as just Elon Musk gets non-consensual wedgie. and then like they have the like keywords. It's just like provocative, quirky, uplifting. I'd watch that because then he gets the wedgie and he's just like, who the fuck did that? Like I want to see him get so pissed like that. So I would watch that. Normally I wouldn't condone bullying, but he really deserves a wedgie. He's got to get it. We have South Africans here, right? Just the one? 2? 3? You guys are embarrassed. Yeah. Elon Musk is the most famous South African right now. What the fuck, guys? Yeah, well, give me a second. Like I was gonna say, you used to have Nelson Mandela. Nelson Mandela was a lot better. Nelson Mandela is one of the greatest people of all time. Yeah, he went to prison for 27 years, ended apartheid, became the president of South Africa, first democratically elected president of South Africa. A great person. So he's known for all of his accomplishments, but other people like have different memories of Mandela. You guys, are you aware of the Mandela effect? Some of you? Not all of you though, right? Some of you don't know it. All right, I'll explain it. So the Mandela effect is this idea that at one point in time, we skipped into a new timeline. Because like, the main example is that a lot of people remember Nelson Mandela dying in prison. Well, he didn't die in prison. We all know this. He got out of prison, he became president of South Africa. So like people say like, well, since a lot of people have that memory of Mandela dying in prison, that could mean that we're in a new timeline. That kind of thing. Pretty trippy, right? It's pretty interesting. You know what I think about the Mandela effect? I think white people made it up. Because they didn't want to admit confusing Nelson Mandela for some other black guy. That's what it is. Because you know how white people are always trying to worm out of being called racist. Right? We're always trying to, no, I'm not racist, like, all the time. And if you confuse a regular black dude for another black dude, that's already racist. But if you confuse Nelson Mandela, one of the most important people of all time, for some random black guy, that's like a new level of racism and stupidity. So like, you gotta get creative to worm your way out of that one. So you're like, you're talking like, oh yeah, dude, Mandela was great, man. It's too bad he died in prison. The other person's like, what are you talking about? I'm like, that wasn't Mandela, that was another. Are you mixing him up with some other dude? And then you're like, no. Here's what it was. So like, it's like wormholes and stuff, right? Like, it's a different timeline. So like in the other timeline he died, but like in this one, he didn't, right? Like, yeah, see, I'm not racist. I have a black friend. That's yeah, I think that's how that works. I like to imagine people like confusing Nelson Mandela for someone who's like not like him at all. Like the more different, the funnier I think it is. Like, oh yeah, dude, Nelson Mandela, he's great, man. I loved him in The Matrix. He was so good. And you're like, dude, that's Lawrence Fishburne, you fucking idiot. But yeah, so anyway. I guess that's my time. I'll end on that. Yeah, I'm Steve Gallus. I hope that the timeline is better for my daughter. And I hope you all have a good evening. Thank you very much.